As I said in the intro video, I am not an economist, and I certainly don't understand commodities and everything that goes into them. But one curious question I asked myself was, how have commodities or materials and services, how have the prices of those changed, and how do they relate to inflation change? The commodity subindex page is an interesting way at looking at commodity groups and how they relate to inflationary numbers. Up at the top, we still have our year filter where you can change it by grabbing a dot and moving it over, or you can come up to a box, backspace out, in a year, hit enter, everything changes. Below this, we have a filter for our commodity subindex. Now, as I understand it, different commodities are placed in different kind of categories. We have agriculture, energy, fertilizer, metals and minerals, and precious metals. By using this filter, we can change and we can look at certain kind of groups of commodities. For example, let's look at energy. To start, let's hit deselect all, then let's click on energy. Now we can see at the end of 2023, the energy index price was $76.63. Since 1995, that's been an average annual change of about 5.5%. Compared it to the beginning of 95, it's changed 385%. Now, if we adjust for inflation, the index should really only be 33.76. So here we can see the actual price of energy has far outpaced inflation numbers by about 127%. And then this is just a graphical representation of those numbers. And then we have the same table over here where you can see annual numbers and how it's changed. And if you want to look at a different commodity group, just come over here. Let's select fertilizer. And just real quick, we can see that fertilizer has outpaced inflation by about 33%. If you want to look at multiple commodity groups, just hit Command or Control on your keyboard and select different categories. And then it groups it all together, and you can see how those combined have compared to inflation numbers. And then go back, hit Select All if you want to view them all. I think this page gives you a good starting point to see how different groups of commodities and their prices have trended over time compared to inflation. Again, this is very complicated, and I know I've oversimplified this, and there's a lot more behind these numbers. Again, my curiosity just led me down this rabbit hole. I wanted to see how prices have changed over time, and are they in line or out of line with inflation? That's it. Let me know your questions or ideas. Love to hear them. Thanks.